Welcome back to Teresa's Dead. My name is Theresa and I'm very much barefaced. I have an awful garbage filthy mouth, so viewer discretion is advised, but if you're not into that or weird shit in general, this is definitely not the place for you. Feel free to X out the video here. No harm, no foul, but I'll remember our time fondly. My little blueberries, let me tell you, we have a lot of good stuff to try on and do like first impressions. We have the new Haus Labs Foundation, including the powder. Your girl got the powder. And I got the new Natasha Denona, my dream palette collection. You have the palette, the cheeky thingy, all the lip products, blah, blah, blah. Now, normally I would, do separate dedicated review videos, but honestly, I just don't have the time this week. So what I'm gonna do, and kind of for the foreseeable future, because I kind of like this little method, something different than what I normally do. I'm gonna do a try on. We're gonna walk through the trials and tribulations that is my face. And of course, at the end of the month, I'll give you an update if I'm still loving these products, or actually maybe I'll even give you an update next week. If you're so nice, I will give you an update next week. Second thing is, you're gonna hear a lot of thunder. It's Florida, it rains all the time. And two, there's a rogue lizard in my house. If you do see something crawling in the background, it is what it is. Okay, I don't know how he got in here, but he is here. I have not found his carcass yet. And I feel like he's mocking me at this point, okay? Anyway, so without further ado, why don't we start with, let's start with the base first. I'm gonna start with the base. Like, oh, should I even do that? I don't know. No, we're gonna start with foundation first because I have some redness that I want to cover up. Plus, I feel like I look like a 13-year-old boy today. So let's cover this face up. I have my period. I have a lot of pimples. Love that for me. And I'm tired of looking at it. So I'm gonna pray to God that the Natasha Denona palette doesn't have a lot of fallout, because that's gonna suck so badly. So anyway, let's put foundation all over my face. So normally I stick with my tried and true, my Ritual Defy Thorn Oil, right? However, I think there is water in this foundation. I don't know, I need to do my own research about ingredients. But water and oil, they don't mix, right? So we're going to omit the oil today. So instead I did my whole skincare routine. So I'm very kind of glowy and fun and hydrated. And I'm gonna go in with an oldie but a goodie. I do love, I feel like a bougie asshole, but the La Mer, the Perfecting Primer. I gotta thank Mel Thompson, Mama Mel. Rest in peace, sweet angel. She's the one that turned me on to this, and it's fantastic. It is so good. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on my face, and we're gonna just go to town. Okay, so I am on cooked chicken, right? And my lovely husband purchased these today for me because I was stuck at work. Here's the thing. I don't fucking love Sephora's shade range thing because it always gives me some like whacked out number every time. So based on eyeballing it pretty much, I was like, I feel like I'm either a 50 or 70. So we're gonna try both. Hope for the best. Let's see which one's the better match. But I have to say I love the packaging. I think the packaging is super sleek. Reminds me of La Mer, which makes sense because I'm using my La Mer primer. And I don't know, it looks so fucking pretty. I really love this packaging. I feel like it's just so much more aesthetically pleasing than the other Haus Labs launch. The one from Amazon kind of just looked like a really shitty dominatrix. Like, this on the other hand, I feel like has so much more elegance. I'm just obsessed with it. Also, that powder looks so sickening. Oh my God, look how cute that is. What the fuck? This is fun. Ooh! That was pleasing. Look at this little honey hole thing. Oh, interesting. Granted, I don't have a sense of smell, but it doesn't really smell like anything, so that's good. So, normally I also put a corrector on my face because of some, redness, but we're not gonna do that today. We're just gonna go in blind. Let's see how much this shit covers and all that good stuff. So let's see, what does 50 look like? 50, okay. So 50, I believe, is Fair Cool. Okay. Okay, it's definitely light. I feel like it's a pretty decent match, but I don't think it's cool. It's definitely more on the yellowish side. Not super yellow, but it's definitely on the warmer side. So the next one is 070's Fair Neutral. We'll put on this side. This is also a pretty decent match too. And dare I say, okay, this is kind of interesting. So I think the 50 is kind of oxidizing a little bit. It's kind of now looking more like 070. You know what? Why don't I put them right next to each other? Theresa, that's a great idea. Okay, I mean, they kind of look very similar. They look very similar. This definitely has a much more rosy-ish undertone, the 70, the Fair Neutral, and definitely the Fair Cool, ironically enough, looks a little bit more yellow. But yeah, they kind of look similar. Huh. Okay, regardless, let's give it a whirl. Since I have a decent amount of product on my face anyway, I'm gonna go in with my Sonia G Jumbo Base. We're just gonna paint, we're gonna paint it on. Dare I say the combination of the two are really nice. You're really doing a good job covering the redness. Huh. Color me fucking impressed. This is pretty cool. Now this foundation has a natural finish, which for me, I like natural finish, but it can get like a little too matte for me. So let's see how well this goes. Now on this side, I had, I believe, the 70 on my face. So this side, technically it's the combination of the two, and on this side it's 70. Yeah, they look very much the same. So if you are like me on cooked chicken, I think either shade could work. I really love how this applies with the brush. It's nice. Okay, so far I only use just that amount of product. I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of 70, just a scotch, just a little bit on the back of my hand. I'm just gonna paint my forehead and just build this up just a little bit, just to see how much we can build up before it becomes a cakey, disgusting mess. I'm gonna go in just with a little bit of 50, just on this side. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a dampened sponge and just with a little bit of the kind of excess product on the back of my hand, just going to go really over my nose. My nose tends to be the driest part of my body. I don't know why, but if I add too much foundation, it's just going to fucking sit there all day, every day. There's no point in saving it. So we're just going to use just a little bit of product in that area and hope for the best. I'm also going to go around my face, as you can see, just to kind of get rid of some brush marks. There actually really wasn't that many brush marks that I have to kind of buff out, but just for continuity purposes. And also, old habits do die hard. I just feel better if I go over it with a dampened sponge. I will say the only thing I don't like about the sponge is that in some areas I found myself picking up the product a little bit. So kind of something to think about, or something to, you know, just be mindful of, that you don't want to over blend your face because you could technically be picking up stuff and moving it around, and nobody has time for that. But I think for what it is right now, it looks pretty friggin' good, and I really like it. Like, I really like it. I feel like I just went through puberty with that one, but I really think it's nice. Really nice. It's not sitting in my pores really funkily. It's not creasing. It doesn't feel heavy, it doesn't feel cakey. There is still a nice luminosity. Granted, it's not like super radiant as it normally would, because again, I didn't use my Ritual Defeat Thorn oil, but I kind of feel like the oil and this is not gonna really work all that well. So I'm kind of glad that I went with the La Mer. As for the shade match, I kind of think both of them work for me. And dare I say, if I use both of them together, it looks pretty fucking good. But hold on, let me see if I can kind of just zoom you in a scotch, or let me get closer to the camera so you can kind of see that. It looks pretty nice. I think this actually is a really nice solid medium coverage, dare I say high medium. It's not quite full because I do see some redness poking through, but I'm not mad about it. I think a combination of this with a color corrector and probably a full coverage concealer, I can definitely get full coverage, and I'm okay with that. So I'm gonna put on a little bit of concealer, and then we're gonna go to the powder. Okay, so we have some concealer on. Now, here's the deal. I wanted to set my under eyes, but I first want to try to apply this actually first. So Natasha Denona came out with the My Dream Cheek Trio. So it's a blush and highlighter palette, and one of them is a glow cream base. So kind of want to just put a little bit right here just to see something. Actually, no, fuck that. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna go in a little bit with my Charlotte Tilbury. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of bronzer first, just to warm myself up because I'm looking pretty fucking scary. And then we're gonna put a little bit of highlighter right here, just a scotch. Okay, so we have a little bit of bronzer on, and let's try this thing. So the blush is a powder, which is so pretty. The highlighter is a powder, but the middle one, let's see if it adds anything to this face. So I'm actually gonna go in with my finger. Can't find a good brush. And the formula feels slick-ish, kind of feels a little oily. So we're just gonna Dad's mad. Okay. Sorry, gods. We're just gonna... You ever feel like it's so much pressure now because you just don't want the rain gods fucking you up? Whew. All right. Okay, so just kind of putting this a little bit on the cheekbones. Oh, she's pretty. Oh, she's fucking pretty. Ooh, bitch. I like this. This is nice. This is really nice. I'm just gonna put it right on my nose. Why? Because it's 2016 in my brain. We love a good glowy moment, bitch. This is nice. Not mad. Not mad at all. I'm just gonna go over it just a scotch with the sponge, but I don't even really need to blend it in. I think just using a finger is really all you need. It's nice, it's glowy, it's not too much. Some say it's perfection. I love it. Okay, so far so good. So let's use the powder. Okay, so the directions are: use a fluffy powder brush or sponge, press into the mesh screen to release loose powder, tap off excess, can be used alone on clean skin to blur, to set makeup or brighten targeted areas to the face. So I got it in translucent because that was the only shade that was gonna work for me. Kind of reminds me a little bit of that one powder from Becca that had that weird like net thingy. Feels pretty smooth. It kind of borders a little, I don't know, a little warm to me, but I'm like waiting for it to like fizzle out and fuck up everything. So, all right, what I'm gonna do is just go in just a little bit, get a decent amount of product, tap it out, and we're just gonna gently. Oh, I love this. I love this. I love this. Oh, this looks good. Lady Gaga, you fucking, you're killing me with amazingness right now. I am not worthy. What the, this is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. It's definitely blurring my bits and bobs. I love that. It doesn't feel heavy at all. If anything, it's definitely smoothing out my complexion. Add a little to the nose. And as you can see, I'm not going ham. I'm just doing a little bit more and like stamping motions. This is what works for me. Also that highlighter, I mean, alien slut who, like this is perfect. This is absolutely fucking perfect. I don't, you know what? I hope I get this every time. I hope this is not a fluke. This is everything I want it to be right now. This is absolutely fucking stunning. My skin looks so good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use this just for the under eyes. We're gonna hope for the best. If not, I'll just break out the Charlotte Tilbury brightening one, but hopefully we can set the under eye area with this. And the reason why, oh, I should have mentioned actually, so the concealer of choice that I'm using today is my tried and true, my Kokie, my Be Bright Illuminating Concealer. This concealer will never crease, never age, nothing. It always looks fantastic every time. I am affiliated with Kokie, so if you're ever interested, use the code Theresa, and I think you can save 20% off or something like that. Yes, it is affiliated, but this is one of the best concealers I've ever used, and I think it's $8. So you're fucking welcome. Now, let's see, let's put a little, I'm gonna use the Jumbo Worker from Sonia G, and I'm just gonna lightly press here, my under eye. I'm actually gonna go all over my eye. Fuck it, why not? It is monsooning outside apparently. I don't know if I love it for the under eye area. Perhaps maybe the brush I used was not the best one. I'm gonna go in with this Wayne Goss number 3. It's a very soft brush. I'm just gonna try to wipe off any excess, anything that makes it look a little bit too powdery. But I felt like with that brush, it kind of made this part of my face look a little too powdery, more powdery than I wanted it to, which is kind of annoying. I think that was a me problem, not necessarily a powder problem. And yo, I am hashtag motherfucking impressed, obsessed, you name it, I love it. I think this looks fucking fantastic. Let me zoom you in a little bit. So I put down my lights a little bit. So yeah, like I mentioned, you can still see some redness because your bitch is red. But overall, like this looks wonderful. My skin looks so nice, but this looks wonderful. I love it. I'm obsessed. Okay, mama's happy, mama's proud. I'm too adorable right now. So my only complaint is I think the under eye area No, it's a no-go for the under eye area. I don't like how it looks. It's kind of making my under eye area look a little bit too old. Rest of the face, absolutely, but under eye area, no. So for me, this will just be an all over face powder, and I'm okay with that. I think anything more than that is a no. It's an absolute no. But I love how it looks in the rest of my face, so that's all that matters. Now I'm just going to go in with the Natasha Denona, the blush and the highlighter, just to finish up the base. You know what? I'm gonna go in with just a little bit of powder bronzer, just a little bit. Okay. So spooky. I feel like I should be telling ghost stories while doing this. Holy shit. All right, so I'm gonna go in with the, oh, this is a cream blush, you motherfucker. I didn't realize. You know what helps, Theresa? Please clip the moment when shit left my body. Oh my God. If I have power, I'm gonna be amazed. Okay, so this, ironically enough, when I first swatched it, it felt very powdery. It didn't feel so much creamy. So here's the deal. We're just, we're just gonna go in anyway. She's pigmented. We're gonna go in anyway. I know we're going in over powder. Really shouldn't be doing that. I know it goes against everything we know about makeup, whatever, right? We're still gonna do it. This is lovely. I love the color of this. It's a very neutral, mauve-y, pinky blush. And I mean, I look like a Campbell Soup kid, so hold on, trust the process, kids. Trust the process. So I'm just gonna go in with the same brush that I used with the powder. And yeah, looks a lot better. Okay, not too shabby. I think it looks really, really pretty, but I am gonna, I don't know, I wanna go in just a little more. Why not? Just right there. I love the color of it. It's just so pretty. It's very, very pigmented too. So I'm gonna go with a clean powder brush, which this is great from Lunar Beauty. This is the LBF1. If you ever wanted to try Lunar Beauty, I have a code with them. Use the code GARBAGE and you could save some moolah. Yes, it's affiliated, so feel free to check it out if you're so inclined. But this is exactly what we wanted. If this is the last video you ever see of me, know that I love you very much. Because this storm is wild. All right, so we have our blush, we have our bronzer. Granted, we could go, I kind of want to go in a little bit more with the blush. Hold on, let me switch up the brush because I feel like when I put it on and then as soon as I kind of start buffing it, I feel like it kind of goes away a little bit. And I don't know if it's my monitor that's playing tricks on me. I don't know. It's not as intense as it once was, which kind of makes me question if this blush is kind of one of those formulas that disappears when you start to blend it out. But I think using a different brush is gonna help me. Okay, I feel a little bit better about this one. I feel like I can actually see the blush as opposed to it being wiped away. I'm gonna go in with the powder highlighter. Excuse me. Ma'am. Ma'am. Oh my God, I'm such a fucking moron. You know what I was doing? I was using the middle one and I was like, why is there nothing okay. Which kind of goes to show that when you use it with the brush, it doesn't look very impactful. So use your finger, kids. So we're gonna go in with the Dream Glow. Okay, yep, Oh, okay. This is everything that I want it to be and more. Wow, okay. What's nice about this little compact, if you want something very alien slut, go for it. Although I do think the Glow Cream Base has that capability to be very slutty. Definitely pales in comparison to this bitch. Holy shit. Okay, so we have that. Just gonna use the same large powder brush just to make it a little bit more seamless. So far so good. I'm really liking how my base looks. I look cute, I look adorable, I look like I have somewhere to go, which is awesome. So I am a fan of this. So let's now use the eyeshadow palette and hope for the best. And okay, anyway, so this eyeshadow palette, I'll put the price down here. I think it's like either $65 or $69. This is the My Dream palette. I don't know why I sound like that, but it kind of looks a little bit like the retro palette, except I feel like a little bit, I don't know, I get like a little bit more excited about this. But obviously what we're gonna do is we're gonna put that multi-chrome all over the goddamn face, because that shade Vision is flipping from like red to green. I'm not really liking that. It's very, okay, interesting. Interesting. I was kind of hoping that it was gonna be way more impactful. It's not. I don't know. I think what I was hoping for was a little bit more like the Pat McGrath multi-chrome, but this one's definitely weaker. So if you're looking for like a banging multi-chrome, obviously don't. I feel like luxury brands are just not at the level. Definitely go to an indie brand like Cleona, Terra Moons, Divina, Lethal Cosmetics. I think those are much better suited, and of course I feel like I'm probably leaving out a bunch of brands. No shit. Oh, Glaminatrix. Like, I think those are definitely where it's at. This one just based off that, my makeup dick, that is, was really high, and now it's like not so much. So, all right, let's prime the eyes and let's just finish this. Ooh, what am I gonna do? There's a lot of pretty colors in here. I feel like with that one, oh man, I won't touch that one. Ooh, that looks nice too. Ooh, that looks nice too. Fuck. So many good ones. All right, I'm gonna go in with the shade Nurture, which is like this kind of light taupey brown. There is some kick up in pan, but it doesn't appear to have any fallout, which is nice. Also, a hell of a lot darker than I thought this was gonna be. Okay, not mad. But it definitely looks a hell of a lot lighter in pan than it does on my eye. Interesting. What's nice about this shadow is that as I'm blending, it does blend really nicely. I don't feel like it's sticking to any part of my eye, which is awesome. Granted, I didn't do a lot of research, so I don't know if this particular shade, oh, it's a creamy matte. Okay, usually the cream to mattes, for a long time I wasn't a fan of, but the last few palettes that have had this formula, I have enjoyed. So far, so good. Operating kind of pretty much the same as always, which is great, or as recent, I should say. So I kind of want to go in with the shade Instinct, only because it's a cream to powder shade, and I'm just really curious how this is going to work for me, because I usually get, and maybe I'm just playing with fire here, I get horrible irritations when it comes to Natasha Denona's red shades. It sucks, it hurts, it burns, it stings. I have a spicy butthole effect on my eyeball. Not cute whatsoever. So I figured, why not fuck my face up, and let's see if I am going to pass out from the torture. But so far, I have to say, just going in with one dip, this shit is pigmented as fuck, and I'm not mad at it. I think it's really pretty, and I think it actually blends very beautifully with the cream to matte. I didn't dip my brush back into the pan. This is just kind of going back and forth with whatever product I still have left on that brush, and it is blending absolutely seamlessly and beautifully, and I cannot love it anymore. Like, I think this looks so cute, and I'm really hoping to God I don't get fucking eye irritations, because that shit sucks. It sucks so much. I hate it. But so far, so good. And there's no fallout on the face, so I love that. I think that's probably my favorite part right now. Actually, no, I take that back. Everything has been wonderful so far. This is just an additive bonus on my beautiful ice cream sundae. So in the outer corner, I'm gonna go in with the shade Edgy, which is another cream to powder. And this one is just a darker purple shade. It has a very similar tone to Instinct, but I think like it's looking really cute. I'm just gonna go in with a clean, fluffy brush and kind of just smooth out the edges. One side looked a little bit more rough. So far, looking really good. Don't feel any sort of irritations in the eye, in the outer corner. I think the shade Edgy provides a little bit of depth for Instinct. You can see the difference between the two, but I kind of question if you really needed both of them though. Like, I like it, but maybe we could have omitted one of those shades, you know what I mean? There is a tiny, like a teeny tiny bit of fallout, but nothing too wild. I'm still gonna go back in with that brown. Just gonna make it a little bit softer. All right, what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna throw in a little bit of eyeliner. I know it's gonna be like, ooh, what are we doing here? But I've been loving, absolutely obsessed with the new Kaleidos multi-chrome eyeliners. These are amazing in the waterline. I don't think they come out yet until next Wednesday. I have not tried the palettes yet. The palettes, they seem fine. I swatched and they seem fine. I don't care. These are fucking everything. Okay, all the eyeliners have been absolutely perfect. I know some people have done like decorative shit. I applaud them. I can't do it. So what I'm gonna do now is take a little bit of NYX glitter glue. I'm gonna use one of my favorite brushes from Refer, the number 21. And from the inner corner to about, I'd say like 2/3 of the lid. Just going to dot that on. I'm gonna go in with the shade Vision, just like that green to purple kind of a multi-chrome. Okay, well, I know I was like, oh, the swatch is not amazing. Definitely it looks better applied for sure, but it's still nowhere near amazing like Cleona, Lethal, Divina, blah blah blah. I think it's okay. It's not bad. I definitely think the Pat McGrath one still outshines it. So let me see, what does it look like with the dry? On a dry lid, on the dry lid it's there, but not as impactful as it is with a stickier base. Like it's there, but it's not winning any awards. So hold on, let me just pat a little bit of glitter glue. I think the Pat McGrath one is definitely more impactful than this. This is a shame. This one kind of is like a better version of the Trichrome palette. As much as I love that palette, the multi-chromes were definitely weak. All right, I'm gonna go in back with the shade Edgy. Just in the outer corner, just to deepen it up and blend the edge of the multi-chrome. Okay, so there definitely is some fallout with the multi-chrome for sure, but the other shadows, surprisingly enough, are pretty good. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go in with the shade Blackest Black, and I'm just gonna line just a little bit. Yeah, there was a little, okay. The fallout from that black shade wasn't amazing. And unfortunately, it is difficult to clean. Love that for me. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of mascara on and then we're gonna move on to the lips. All I did was add a little bit of setting spray to the face. My favorite has been the Rare Beauty one as of late. The Always an Optimist is always good if you're looking for a glowy, fun base. That said, we're gonna move on to lips and then we're gonna wrap this bitch up. So I have all the lip products. We're gonna go in with the lip liner. I don't think I've ever used a Natasha Denona lip liner, so this should be interesting and fun. The reason why I picked up this whole collection is because it's a basic bitch dream. Oh yeah, okay. Ooh, this is creamy, dreamy. I love it. So this is in the shade NP1. Honestly, I'm cool with this. This and some gloss, I'm good to go. This is a perfect nude color. Fucking love it. Moving on to the lipstick, which I love the hydrating lipsticks. They're wonderful. This is in the shade 11NB, which, oh yes, this is a basic bitch shade. Are we obsessed? Absolutely. This is fucking everything that I want it to be. And then just to add a little bit more hydration, just when you thought we cannot add any more, we're gonna add the lip gloss. And this is in the shade Natasha, which I have to say all the lip products are absolutely fucking perfect. I think the colors are wonderful. And I think this gloss is gonna be wonderful. Ooh. So this is the completed look. Don't mind the hair. I think I'm an adorable little button, okay? All right, let's start off with the foundation. Absolutely 10 out of 10. I fucking love it. I hope to keep having the same result every time. The next time I want to try it, obviously with the Ritual Defeat Thorn Oil, and hope that it works, but definitely with the La Mer, it looks wonderful. I will give you an update towards end of the month to let you know if I'm still loving it, but so far so good. I think 50 and 70 are good matches for me. There is a slight level of oxidation, but nothing too wild. Everything is sitting so perfectly on the skin. I'm not experiencing it just like sitting in my pores and looking all dry and shit. It's a really good natural finish without it being too drying. The powder is fan-fucking-tastic. Translucent powder is wonderful. It gives my base that blurred effect, kind of very similar to Chantecaille in a way. The only thing I do not like how it looks under my eyes. I think it looks like shit. It's making him look a little old, and my student loan stress lines are really prominent. So I just don't think my concealer and this powder mixes. So that's fine. So if I'm using it all over the face, so be it, just not under my under eye area. Again, I'll give you an update towards the end of the month. Also kind of surprised that it's translucent, because I feel like it definitely has a little bit of like a yellowish, warmish kind of a tone, but it's not giving me like a overall like warm base, so it's not too shabby. Moving on to Natasha Denona products. The eyeshadow palette I like so far. I'm not noticing like any sort of irritations per se. The berry shades usually are the shades that fucking get me. The berries, the reds, the whatever. So so far so good, but of course I will leave a pinned comment on this video, and of course again updated video talking about if I'm still loving it or not. But it's not bad. The multi-chrome though, it's not my favorite. Definitely not my favorite. Don't have any expectations. If that's a shade that's really pulling you in, don't even bother, friend. It's just not fucking worth it for that. But if you move that aside, I really do like the color story. I think it's really pretty, and I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of fall looks out of this bitch. So I'm excited about that. Now this looks very similar to the retro, but I think I like this a little bit more. I feel like a little bit more attached to it. Now, again, we'll update you on how I feel more about that. As for the cheek product, I mean, look at this glow, bitch. This glow is wonderful. The blush is kind of interesting, because at first I was like, ooh, unless that's my monitor playing tricks on me, but I felt like it was kind of just dissipating. So I switched the brushes. I think it looks a little bit better, but again, it's a cream blush. I applied it over powder, so that could be my kerfuffle. So I'm gonna again play around with it, let you know, but the blush is nice, but not as good as the highlighters. I think the cream base highlighter is wonderful, and the powder highlighter is just absolutely stunning. The combination of the two is alien slut. So I really do like this a lot, but I just want to keep playing with that cream blush, because I don't know, like it's kind of reminding me a little bit of the holiday palette that they released last year, and I wasn't a fan. I think the cream blushes, they didn't really last too long, so I'm kind of curious to see if it's going to have the same effect, and I feel like it might. So I think highlighter wise, fucking fantastic. Blush wise, I'm on the fence. As for the lip products, each one is absolutely amazing. It's hydrating. It feels comfortable. My lips don't feel tight. I don't feel like it's running out into the outer corners to kind of give me that weird kind of matrixy clown mouth shit. Like, I look adorable. So I'm liking the overall look so far, but again, I will update you again to let you know how everything pans out. But so far, so good. I'm a cute little button. I think if you're interested in checking these products out, so far, so fucking good. I say go for it. Especially the fucking foundation. I'm really surprised. The foundation and the powder really like, bitch, I'm obsessed. I just hate it for the under eye. I think it makes me look old. Anyway, now I want to hear from y'all. Let me know if you picked up any of these products, and if you've been loving them, if you've been hating them. Let me know, because I love hearing from you. And again, I want to say thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it as always. Feel free to like, comment, hit that subscribe button. It's free. And hit that bell icon for notification of all my future posts. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, to all my beautiful, oh, and TikTok too. But to all my wonderful patrons, thank you so much for keeping this delicious, disgusting, filthy, trashy, gross, really nasty, really disgusting, really trashy, garbage but afloat. Couldn't do without you. I love your adorable little delicious faces, and I just want to gobble you all up so you can live inside my belly and we can be one. If you want to know what's currently on my face, everything you need to know will be listed in the description box below. And I'll see you little cranberries later. Bye.